It's time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTM, your radio station.
Good morning, I'm Monika and you're listening to City Beat. Joining me today is Mayor Dennis Fenske. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning.
If you have a question you'd like to ask the mayor, give us a call at 677-8181. To start things off, what's been going around the city?
I'd like to start with a little safety share. Unfortunately, we did have a house fire last evening. Fortunately, no injuries, but significant loss to the building. Don't know the causes, but it just reminds us this is the season, the heating season. So I'd encourage everyone that has wood stoves or clean their furnace filters or portable heaters, make sure the cords are properly plugged in and that they have automatic shutoffs if they tip over, things like that, because this is the cold season and we tend to want to warm up our homes and just do it in a safe manner. So just ensure that you follow the proper safety procedures in all of those areas to ensure that accidents don't happen.
For sure. Now, the Association of Manitoba Municipalities held their annual conference. It just wrapped up actually yesterday, and I know a couple of city councillors and staff attended. I know the city brought forth a couple of resolutions. Do you know if any of them were passed? I
do know that the one that regarding the restorative justice facility was defeated, most likely because it's more a regional issue rather than a provincial issue. But we will continue, and we did meet with Minister McIntosh from the Department of Justice in regards to the restorative justice strategy that was recently announced by the province of Manitoba, and we still will continue our lobby efforts, one for one of the hubs, the 5 hubs that were identified in the strategy being located in Thompson, and secondly that a permanent facility, the restorative justice facility that we've had before 3 ministers of justice, we will continue to lobby for that facility to be located in Thompson.
Okay, and I know also we spoke to other ministers about other certain lobbying efforts. How were those discussions? Was progress made?
Yeah, we continued our lobbying efforts with Minister Caldwell for municipal affairs in regards to UCN taxation, transfer from the water treatment plant and implications there. We also talked to Minister Saran in regards to housing and the need for increased housing, multifamily dwellings, assisted living, things like that. So we continue our lobbying efforts. The AMM conference itself, the Association of Manitoba Municipalities, is a great opportunity for municipal officials to meet with other municipal officials, but also to meet with government ministers all in one place. So there's quite a lineup to book meetings throughout the 3 days. So it's a good opportunity to take advantage of, and we did, and we'll continue to move on with the lobbying efforts on behalf of the city of Thompson and the surrounding region.
Mm-hmm. And at the conference, actually, the province announced it will be providing $1 million in funding to municipalities for costs related to amalgamations. I know Thompson is in the process of an amalgamation with the LGD of Mystery Lake. So what do you think of this commitment? Is it enough?
Yeah, it's an ongoing process. We currently have consultants hired to assist with the process of the amalgamation of the LGD of Mystery Lake with the city of Thompson. We just met last week with stakeholders in the area, those being Valet, the Nelson House First Nation, the Airport Authority, airport businesses as well. So we will continue those discussions. We have a report due to us by the end of January, beginning of February, and from at that point we'll continue to have discussions with the general public as to the pros and cons of amalgamating the LGD with the city of Thompson, and hopefully we'll have a decision in the first quarter or early spring in that decision.
Mm-hmm. And as part of it, I know the waste disposal grounds were transferred over to the city over the summer. I'm just wondering, it's been a few months. How has the transition been going?
From all reports, everything has gone fairly well. I don't think there's any major hiccups. There's some learning curves on both sides in regards to structure and how things are operated from when the LGD operated it as to when the city of Thompson operates it. Some staffing, there's orientations and safe procedures operations, training that had to take place with the existing employees, so that's been done. Overall, the general public, I think from an initiative from the general public, the hours of the landfill were increased on Saturday, I think till Thanksgiving weekend. I'm not sure the exact time, but it was extended from what it was previously. And so we'll continue to look for input from the general public as to the most efficient way to operate the landfill so that it meets the needs of everyone, so that they can get their materials to the landfill and we don't end up seeing them on side roads or back roads.
Right. Just a reminder to those listening, if you have a question for the mayor, you can call us at 677-8181. Also at the conference, Premier Greg Selinger talked about Syrian refugees. Manitoba is set to accept approximately 1,000 to 2,000 refugees, and Selinger spoke about the potential benefits these refugees could bring to the province. First off, what do you think about Canada's commitment to accepting refugees, as there has been some debate on the issue, and what do you think about some of the refugees making their way to Thompson?
Well, I think first off, on the overall picture of refugees coming to Canada, I think it's the right thing to do. It's the Canadian thing to do. I know there were some alarms raised in regards to the current issue in Syria and the incidents in Paris and security. I think that's been addressed by the extension of the deadline that was first proposed during the election. That's been relaxed. We've been assured by the government that the security measures are being taken in Europe prior to refugees arriving in Canada, so I'm comfortable in that aspect. From a local perspective, I encourage the opportunity to have refugees come to Thompson. We have many people from other countries come to Canada and settle in Thompson. We recently did the Canadian
citizenship
program, and where we welcomed in excess of 160 new residents, new Canadians to Canada and to Thompson. So I would encourage that. I would hope that officially I'm not aware of any organizations who are working towards that, but certainly if there are, they can contact us, the City of Thompson, and we'll assist in any way we can. So overall, I think it's the right thing to do, and I think it would be great if we could have some of them land in Thompson.
And if we did have some come here, I guess, would we have the resources for that? How can the city help any organizations that would want to sponsor some refugees?
Well, I think in the past we've had landed immigrants come through our community, and through the citizenship program, we've seen that happen. So I think the resources are there. I think the will is there. It's just a matter of going through the process. So the City of Thompson will certainly assist in any way we can, but we look for other groups who are more in line with that service to provide that service and initiate it. And moving forward, like I said, I think it's a great opportunity for Canada, and it would be great to have some of them welcomed to Thompson, Manitoba.
Mm-hmm. It would definitely be different coming up here to -40, but you know.
Absolutely.
Last week was the Manitoba Mining and Milling Conference. Vale Manitoba Operations attended and made a presentation, during which time they mentioned their current plans to close the smelter and refinery in 2018. Now, this has been known for a while, but it did cause some buzz. So with Vale still set on closing their operations in 2018, or scaling down, how are diversification efforts going, Tedwig, and do you think the city is ready for these scaled down operations?
Well, I think the one thing to say is that the announcement or the confirmation of the existing plan that was announced back in 2010 and 2011, I think for the residents of Thompson, I don't think it's any surprise. We've known this for a number of years. I think the press in Winnipeg jumped on the headline. I know I got calls, and to me, it really wasn't news. We've been working with many groups through the Tedwick process and diversifying our economy. We've had recent announcements in regards to expansions of housing in our community. We've looked at the reorganization of Thompson Unlimited to allow them to look at economic development and tourism and winter weather testing. We've seen over the last year a number of businesses enhance their storefronts and invest money in our community, so that's a good sign. Are we ready completely? No, I don't think we are. You never know until the actual impact is felt as to what we're dealing with. I think all businesses and community members are aware of the scenario of going to a mine mill operation in 2018, and individually, I think we're all making decisions to prepare ourselves for that. One of the other initiatives that we're doing is the amalgamation of the LGD. increasing our land mass, which would allow for increase in development, such as we've seen at the MDS Aerospace development, the Glacier jet engine testing facility. We look for more facilities like those or similar sized businesses to invest, and we would have, if we amalgamated with the LGE, the land mass to allow that. So are we ready for it? I don't think anybody's ready for a significant downsize in the workforce, but at the same sense that we've been working diligently, and I commend all the organizations that have been doing the background work to ready ourselves for an economic impact that's going to happen, and people are aware of that, and we will adjust accordingly.
Okay. The city's currently accepting applications for citizen representatives to the standing committees of council. What are the responsibilities that the residents who are on these committees?
Yeah, so basically we have 8 committees of council, and all have citizen reps or organizational reps on the committees as well. We ask that citizens step up to committees that they're interested in, that they have a background in, that they have an area of expertise in, if they have. They are monthly meetings, with the exception of finance, which is bi-weekly. And it's a year's appointment, so we're advertising this month for appointments January 1st for the calendar year of 2016. As far as responsibilities, we're asked that you attend the meetings, provide input on the agendas that are provided to you, provide a voice from the community at large on the specific issues that pertain to that committee. And bring a viewpoint to the committee so that we can move issues through the committee to council to make the final decision.
Okay, opportunity to get involved. Before we finish for today, what else is happening around the city? I know there's a tree lighting with you on Saturday.
This weekend we've got National Child Day and the official tree lighting that'll take place at the TRCC in the lobby area at 4 o'clock. So I'd encourage everyone to come down for that. It's always a nice event, and I believe the big guy might be there showing up in the lobby. So kids, make sure you come down, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Great. Rumor on the street that he might be there. That's this edition of City Beat. Join us every Thursday around 11:30 to find out what's happening around the city and City Hall. For 102.9 CHTM, I'm Monika Gould.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning.